Did you know that the most potent sleep potion in the natural world carries the distinct, pungent scent of old, worn-out socks, or that the very same root that calms your racing human heart drives the feline world into a state of absolute, frantic ecstasy? And have you ever wondered, as you lie there, waiting for sleep, if the ground beneath your house is actually breathing, exhaling an invisible gas that tells the world it is time to rest? Hello, and welcome to Somnus Sleepy Science. Tonight, we are going to open the heavy, creaking gates of a very special garden. This is not a garden of bright colors and sunlight. It is a garden of shadows, of damp earth, and of ancient, slow-growing things. We are going to explore the chemistry of the night, the strange and quiet factories inside the cells of plants that have been mastering the art of sleep for millions of years. Before humans even opened their eyes, there is no need to take notes here. There is no test tomorrow. The only thing you need to do is let your body mimic the plants we are about to visit. Root yourself into your mattress. Let your legs become heavy, sinking deep into the cool, imaginary soil of your bed. Unclench your jaw. Let your tongue fall away from the roof of your mouth and close your eyes. Let us drift into the secret pharmacology of the earth. We begin our journey not with a beautiful flower, but with a contradiction. We begin with the Valeriana officinalis, known to us simply as Valerian. If you were walking through a damp meadow in Europe or Asia during the summer, you might walk right past it without noticing. Above the ground, it is deceptively innocent. It has clusters of small, sweetly scented pink or white flowers that smell like cherry pie or vanilla. They sway gently in the breeze, looking light and airy, innocent as a nursery rhyme. But the secret of sleep does not live in the flowers. The secret lives in the dark. It lives underground. If you were to dig up this plant, pulling its anchor out of the clinging mud, you would encounter a smell that seems to defy the very idea of relaxation. It is a musky, earthy, pungent odor that many people compare to unwashed gym socks or stale sweat. This is not an accident of nature. This is chemistry. The culprit is a compound called isovaleric acid. It is a volatile fatty acid, and interestingly enough, it is the exact same chemical compound that is produced by the bacteria on human skin when we sweat. It is a strange irony of nature that the smell of a hard day's work is chemically identical to the smell of the world's oldest sedative. The ancient Greek physician Galen, who tended to the emperors and the gladiators of Rome, knew this plant well. He prescribed it for insomnia and nervousness almost 2,000 years ago, but even he couldn't help but comment on its aroma. He called it foo. That was the actual name he used in his medical texts. Foo, an expression of disgust at the smell of the fresh root. Imagine that ancient doctor in his stone room filled with scrolls, holding his nose while brewing a tea to help an emperor sleep. But why does this foo make us sleep? Let's descend to the microscopic level, shrinking down until we can slide into the synapses of your brain. In your nervous system, there is a constant chatter. Neurons are firing. Messages are zipping back and forth like traffic on a busy highway. This traffic is what keeps you awake, worrying about tomorrow's to-do list, or replaying a conversation from 3 years ago. Your brain has a natural braking system for this traffic. It is a neurotransmitter called GABA, gamma-monobutyric acid. You can think of GABA as the master dimmer switch of the mind. When GABA is released, it tells the neurons to slow down. It tells the anxiety to quiet its voice. It turns the volume of the world from a scream to a whisper. Here is the magic of the valerian root. Hidden within those smelly, hairy roots are compounds, valerianic acid and valproates, that speak the same language as your brain. When you consume this root, it travels through your bloodstream and gently interacts with your GABA receptors. But it doesn't just push the button. It prevents your brain from recycling the GABA too quickly. It allows the silence molecule to linger in the spaces between your neurons a little longer. It is as if the plant reaches into your head and gently places a heavy, warm blanket over the noisy machinery of your thoughts. It doesn't force the machine to stop. It just muffles the sound, greases the gears, and slows the spinning wheels until they come to a soft, rolling halt. But the story of Valerian gets stranger. While it lulls humans into a deep, heavy slumber, it has the exact opposite effect on other creatures. If you have a cat, you might know about catnip, but Valerian is catnip's more potent, more ancient cousin. The chemical actinidine found in the root mimics the scent of cat pheromones. If a cat finds a patch of valerian in the garden, it will not sleep. It will become euphoric. It will roll in the dirt, digging frantically at the roots, purring and dancing in a state of pure, wild joy. Rats, too, are entranced by this smell. There is a theory, whispered by historians and folklorists, that the Pied Piper of Hamelin, the man who lured the rats away from the city, did not use magic music. They say his pockets were lined with fresh valerian root. The rats weren't following a tune. They were following the intoxicating trail of isovaleric acid, marching blindly into the river, seduced by the smell of the earth. So, as you lie there, imagine this duality. One plant, two worlds. For the rat and the cat, it is a dance of energy. For you, it is an anchor of lead. Let's leave the chemistry lab now and go back to the soil. I want you to visualize the root system of this plant. Picture the earth beneath a quiet, ancient forest. It is pitch black down there. The soil is cool, moist, and packed tight. In this darkness, the valerian root grows. It is not a single taproot like a carrot. It is a rhizome, a horizontal stem that creeps just below the surface, sending down a tangled mass of rootlet. They look like a messy beard, thousands of thin, white threads weaving through the dirt, gripping the stones, drinking the water that trickles down from the rain above. Think about the patience of a root. It lives its entire life in the dark. It never sees the sun, yet it knows exactly when it is spring and when it is winter. It anchors the plant against the wind. It absorbs nutrients, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, atom by atom, pulling them out of the decaying leaves and the crumbling rocks. This process is slow, so incredibly slow. It takes 2 full years for a valerian root to mature enough to be medicinal. 2 years of silent underground work. 2 years of enduring freezing winters and scorching summers, all while safely tucked under the blanket of topsoil. During the winter, the leaves above ground die back. The plant looks dead. The snow covers it. But underground, in that tangled beard of roots, the energy is alive. The plant pulls all its life force down, condensing it, storing it. It concentrates its sugars and its medicinal oils in the rhizome, waiting. That is what you are consuming when you take a herbal sleep aid. You are consuming the concentrated patience of the earth. You are borrowing the stillness of a wintering route. As you visualize this dark, cool soil, imagine your own body sinking into it, not in a scary way, but in a comforting way. Imagine that your bed is made of this soft, yielding earth. It supports every curve of your spine. It holds you up, so you don't have to hold yourself up. If you are enjoying this drift into the botanical underground, If you feel the heaviness of the valerian root starting to weigh on your eyelids, I invite you to gently join our garden. You don't need to move a muscle if you don't want to, but if you can, leave a small sign that you are here, perhaps whispering in the comments where you are resting tonight, or simply subscribing to let us know you want to travel further into this forest. But do it slowly, don't break the spell. Now, breathe in and breathe out. We are still underground. The air here is thick and rich, with the smell of humus and wet clay. There is another secret down here. The valerian root does not work alone. In the soil, there is a vast network of fungi. These are microscopic white threads that connect the roots of one plant to another. Scientists have called this the wood wide web. Through these fungal threads, trees and plants communicate. They share sugar. They send warnings about pests. And they share the chemicals of stress and relief. When a valerian plant grows in a garden, it is said to stimulate the growth of the vegetables nearby. It is a good neighbor. Gardeners have known for centuries that if you plant valerian next to your vegetables, they grow bigger and healthier. It is as if the valerian is sharing its calmness, its chemical stability, with the soil around it. It enriches the earth with phosphorus, and it attracts earthworms, the plowmen of the soil. So, the sleep medicine is not just for you. The plant is a medicine for the earth itself. It heals the soil it grows in. Imagine the earthworms moving slowly around those roots. They are blind. Moving by touch, they navigate the labyrinth of the valerian roots, aerating the soil, creating tiny tunnels that allow air and water to reach deep down. It is a slow, rhythmic ecosystem. Everything moves at a pace that makes the ticking of a clock seem frantically fast. In this world, a moment lasts a season. A hurry does not exist. The valerian root creates a compound called valipotriate. Interestingly, this compound is very unstable. If you heat the root too much, or if you dry it too harshly, the compound breaks down and vanishes. It requires gentle handling. It demands care. This is a lesson from the plant to us. Sleep, like the valipotriate molecule, is fragile. You cannot force it. You cannot heat it up or rush it. If you try to grab sleep with a clenched fist, it disintegrates. You must approach it like the ancient herbalists approached the valerian root, with patience, with coolness, and with a respect for the slow processes of nature. Let's travel back in time for a moment to a medieval apothecary's shop. The year is 1350. The shop is dimly lit by a single tallow candle. The air is thick with the smell of dried herbs hanging in bundles from the wooden rafters. There is dust floating in the majestic shafts of light. In a large ceramic jar, labeled in fading ink, sits the dried root of the valerian. It has been called all heal in these times. People believed it could cure not just insomnia, but epilepsy, headaches, and even ward off evil spirits. They would sew bits of the root into the hems of their clothes for protection. Imagine the apothecary, an old man with stained fingers, slowly grinding the root in a stone mortar. Grind, 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 the rhythmic sound of stone on stone, the release of that heavy, musky scent filling the small room. He is making a tincture, drop by drop. He knows that this root has the power to knock out a grown man. He knows that in high doses, it can make the limbs feel like lead. He measures it carefully. He tells his patients to take it with wine, or to brew it into a tea and drink it just as the sun goes down. He tells them to lie still and wait for the warmth of the root to spread from the stomach to the limbs. Can you feel that warmth now? Imagine a warm, golden liquid, heavy and thick, spreading from your solar plexus moving slowly out towards your fingertips. It moves like honey, slow, sweet, heavy. It flows down your thighs, past your knees, into your ankles. It flows down your arms, past your elbows, into your wrists. Your hands feel pleasantly useless. Your feet feel like they belong to a statue, carved from heavy marble. Resting on the earth, the valerian root is doing its work. The isovaleric acid is signaling your brain that the day is over. The foo smell is gone, replaced by the feeling of sinking. Deep in the root, the cells are full of water. They are turgid and strong. But as the plant prepares for sleep, the water pressure changes. The rhythms of the plant slow down. Did you know that plants actually have a circadian rhythm? Just like you. They don't just react to the sun, they anticipate it. But valerian is a creature of the earth. Its rhythm is tidal, linked to the moisture of the soil and the pull of the moon on the groundwater. As the moon rises, the water table in the soil rises slightly, a microscopic tide in the dirt. The valerian root drinks in this midnight water. It swells in the darkness. You are part of this rhythm now. You are not separate from the earth. The same elements that make up the root, carbon, nitrogen, water, calcium, make up your body. You are just a different arrangement of the same stardust. So when you take a herbal remedy, or even when you just think about it, you are reconnecting with a lost part of yourself. You are remembering that you, too, are a biological organism that requires rest. You are not a machine. You are a garden. And sometimes, the garden needs to lie fallow. The darkness of the soil is absolute. No photon of light has ever touched the tip of that root deep underground. And yet, it knows how to grow. It knows which way is down. This is called gravitropism. In the root cap, there are tiny starch grains called These grains are heavy. They sink to the bottom of the cell, pulled by gravity. This tells the root, this way is down. This way is safety. Your body has its own gravitropism tonight. Your head is heavy on the pillow. Your gravity is pulling you down, telling you this way is sleep. This way is safety. Trust the gravity. Trust the root. As we leave the dark, musky tunnels of the valerian, we begin to move upward. We are moving through the soil layers, past the worms and the fungal webs, towards the surface. But we are not going into the bright sun. We are moving towards a different kind, a plant that bleeds a milky white blood, a plant that was once the secret to a painless existence. We are leaving the solid earth and entering the realm of sticky, white sap. We have emerged from the dark, cool earth where the valerian root sleeps. We are rising up through the soil, breaking the surface, and finding ourselves in a different kind of quiet. We are now standing in a field that has been forgotten by time. It is late summer. The air is warm and still, filled with the buzzing of lazy insects. Here, towering above the grass, stands a plant that looks like a weed, a giant, jagged sculpture of green. It stands nearly 6 feet tall, a sentinel of the wasteland. This is the lactuca, the wild lettuce. You might have seen it before on the side of a highway, or in a neglected corner of a garden, looking like a dandelion that grew too big, too fast. It looks fierce, with spiky leaves and a thick, sturdy stalk. But inside this rough exterior lies a liquid that has been whispering to the human nervous system for centuries. If you were to take a small, sharp knife and gently nick the skin of this tall green stalk, something magical would happen immediately. A pearl-white droplet would bead up on the wound. It looks exactly like milk. It is thick, opaque, and creamy. This is not sap in the way we usually think of it, like the watery blood of a maple tree. This is latex. It is a complex emulsion, a suspension of microscopic particles floating in water, held inside the plant under pressure. The scientific name of the plant, Lactuca, actually comes from the Latin word lac, meaning milk. Even the galaxy you live in, the Milky Way, shares this linguistic route. There is something primal and soothing about the very word milk. It suggests nourishment. It suggests a mother. It suggests the earliest comfort we ever knew. But this milk is bitter. This is the opium of the poor. Now, let me clarify. It is not opium. It contains no opiates. It is entirely legal and grows wild across Europe and North America. But in the 19th century, when medicine was scarce and pain was common, doctors and herbalists discovered that this white milk, when dried, acted on the human body in a way that mimicked the heavy, pain-killing embrace of the poppy. It contains a compound called lacticarium. Imagine the chemistry of this white milk. Inside that droplet are molecules of lactacin and they are bitter sesquiterpene. To the plant, they are a defense mechanism. They are there to tell insects, do not eat me, I am bitter. But to the human brain, they tell a different story. They speak the language of sedation. When this substance enters the body, it depresses the central nervous system. It doesn't just make you sleepy. It hunts down pain. It finds the tight knots in your shoulders, the ache in your lower back, the throbbing in your temples, and it gently unties them. It blunts the sharp edges of sensation. Visualize the process of harvesting this sleep. It is incredibly slow. In the old days, collectors would walk through the fields, cutting the heads off the plants. They would wait for the milk to ooze out. Then they would have to wait hours for the sun to dry it into a gummy, brown paste. They would scrape it off, then cut the stem a little lower, and wait again. To gather just 1 ounce of this solid sleep required hundreds of plants and days of patience. It was a labor of slowness. The medicine itself was made of time. As you lie in your bed, imagine that thick white milk moving through the stem of the plant. The stem is like a vascular system. Inside, there are microscopic tubes called These tubes are pressurized. The plant is holding its breath, holding this liquid tight inside its cell walls. When the stem is cut, the pressure releases. Do you feel any pressure inside you right now? Perhaps a pressure in your chest or a tightness behind your eyes. Imagine that, like the wild lettuce, you can simply let it go. You can let the pressure leak out. Visualize the tension draining out of you. Like that white latex, it flows out of your fingertips and toes. It leaves your body and evaporates into the air, leaving you empty, light. The dried resin of the wild lettuce is a dark, reddish-brown color. It smells like baked opium, earthy, sweet, and heavy. In the Victorian era, people would dissolve this in wine or smoke it in pipes to chase away a cough or to settle a restless mind. They called it lettuce opium because of the way it made the eyelids feel heavy. Have you ever noticed how you feel after eating a very large meal with a big salad? It's not just the fullness of your stomach. Even the common garden lettuce, the Lactuca sativa in your refrigerator, contains tiny trace amounts of this sedative milk. There is a famous story written by Beatrix Potter, The Tale of the Flopsy Bunnies. Do you remember it? The bunnies eat too much lettuce in Mr. McGregor's garden. And what happens? They fall, sound asleep on the rubbish heap. Beatrix Potter wrote that lettuce is soporific. Soporific, it is a beautiful word. It sounds like what it means. Soft, slow, whispering. The bunnies didn't just take a nap, they were overcome. They were drugged by the green leaves. That is the power of the Lactuca family. It is a gentle power, a green blanket that covers the mind. Let's go deeper into the anatomy of the plant. The leaves of the wild lettuce are different from the ones in your salad. They are bitter. They are serrated. If you hold one up to the sunlight, you can see the intricate network of veins. These veins are the highways for the plant's fluids. During the day, the plant is busy. It is photosynthesizing, turning sunlight into sugar. It is pumping water up from the roots. It is active. But at night, the plant changes. The stomata, the tiny mouths on the underside of the leaves, close tight to save water. The flow of sap slows down. The plant enters a state of stasis. Even the weeds sleep. As you visualize this tall, spiky plant standing in the moonlight, think about its resilience. It grows in poor soil. It grows where nothing else wants to grow. It doesn't need to be pampered. It is self-sufficient. There is a lesson here for your own sleep. You often think you need the perfect conditions to sleep, the perfect pillow, the perfect temperature, the perfect silence. But the wild lettuce tells us that rest can be found anywhere. It can be found in the cracks of the pavement. It can be found in the middle of a chaotic life. You have the capacity to find that stillness within yourself, regardless of the chaos around you. The compound lactic also acts as an acetylcholinesterase inhibitor. That is a very long, complex scientific term, but its effect is simple. It affects the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest part of your nervous system. When this system is activated, your heart rate slows down. Your pupils constrict. Your digestion activates. Your body moves from fight or flight to rest and repair. The wild lettuce is a chemical key that turns this engine on. Imagine the feeling of that white sap turning into a golden syrup in your mind. It is viscous. It moves slowly. It coats your thoughts. When you have a thought, say a worry about tomorrow, normally it zips across your mind like a fast car. But now the road is covered in this thick golden syrup. The thought tries to move, but it gets stuck. It moves slower and slower until it stops. Your thoughts are becoming fossils. They are trapped in resin. They are no longer active. They are just artifacts of the day, frozen in time. You can look at them, but you don't need to engage with them. They are stuck. The wind blows through the field where the wild lettuce grows. The tall stalks sway back and forth. Swish, swish. Can you hear that sound? It is the dry rustling of leaves against leaves. It is a hypnotic rhythm. The plant is a metronome. Left, right, left, right. If you look closely at the stalk, you might see a tiny ant climbing up. It is looking for the sweet sap. It moves slowly, fighting gravity. It stops to clean its antennae. The world of the plant is a universe unto itself. The wild lettuce has a yellow flower, small and pale. It opens only for a short time. Most of the plant's energy is not in the flower, but in that thick stalk, that reservoir of white milk. It stands vertical, connecting the earth to the sky. You, lying horizontal, are connecting the waking world to the dreaming world. There is a heaviness associated with this plant. Unlike the airy scent of lavender, wild lettuce is about gravity. It is about the weight of the limbs. Focus on your arms. Right now, imagine that your veins are filled, not with red blood, but with this heavy, white, mercury-like liquid. It is dense. It pulls your arms down into the mattress. Your shoulders drop away from your ears. Your elbows sink. Your wrists are anchored. Focus on your legs. The heavy milk flows down into your thighs, your knees, your calves. They feel so heavy that even if you wanted to lift them, you couldn't. They belong to the bed. Now this is the sensation of the lacticarium taking hold, a pleasant paralysis, a surrender to gravity. In the 19th century, lozenges made of this dried lettuce milk were sold in tin boxes. People would suck on them to stop a ticklish cough that kept them awake. Imagine the taste, bitter at first, then strangely sweet, coating the throat, silencing the cough, silencing the body. Silence, that is what the plant offers. The wild lettuce grows in silence. It dies in silence. It asks for nothing. There is a particular kind of solitude that surrounds this plant. It often grows alone or in small, scattered groups. It is not like grass that crowds together. It is an individual. In your sleep, you are an individual. You are alone in your consciousness, and that is okay. It is a safe place, a private garden where no one else can enter. As the sun sets over the field of wild lettuce, the temperature drops. The sap inside the plants cools and thickens. The molecular motion slows down. The wind dies away. The tall stalks stand like silhouettes against the dark blue sky. They are the guardians of the night. They are watching over the field so the other plants can sleep. You can let go of your vigilance. The green sentinel is on duty. You don't need to watch the door. You don't need to listen for danger. The chemistry is doing the work for you. The lactocopocrine is binding to the receptors. The signal is being sent. Power down, power down. We are drifting away from the lonely, spiky weed now. We are leaving the field of the green sentinels. The air is changing. It is becoming more humid, more aromatic. We are moving from the wild, neglected roadside to a place of cultivation, a place of endless green vines, climbing toward the sky. We are moving toward a plant that is famous for foaming cups of golden liquid, but whose secret purpose is to make you fall into a stupor. We are moving toward, of the cannabis plant, we are moving toward the humulus, lupulus, the hops. Feel the transition. The dry, scratchy air of the weed field is replaced by a damp, resinous breeze. The smell is piney, citrusy, and deeply, deeply earthy. The journey continues. The heaviness in your limbs is your passport to the next garden. Can you smell that? The air has changed completely. We have left the dry, dusty roadside where the wild lettuce grows, and we have stepped into a cathedral of green. We are now standing in a hop garden, but this does not look like any garden you have ever seen. It looks more like a vineyard designed by giants. Around us, rising 20 feet into the air, are thick, lush walls of vegetation. These are the bines of the humulus lupulus. The hops. Take a moment to appreciate the sheer scale of this greenery. It blocks out the horizon. It filters the sunlight into soft, dappled patterns on the ground. You are enclosed in a living room made of leaves. It is safe here. It is private. The world outside these green walls does not exist. Did you know that the plant surrounding you right now is the closest living relative to the cannabis plant? They are the two wayward siblings of the Cannabicaea family. While one sibling became famous for its psychoactive smoke, the other, the hop, took a different path. It chose to become the master of sedation. It chose to become the ingredient that has put billions of people to sleep for centuries, usually at the bottom of a glass. But forget about the beer for a moment. Forget the alcohol. The secret of sleep is not in the fermentation. It is in the flower itself. Look closely at one of these hanging flowers. They are called strobiles, but they look like tiny green pine cones made of paper. They are light and feathery. If you were to reach out and touch one, go ahead. Imagine lifting your hand. You would feel that it is papery, and dry. But if you squeeze it, that is where the magic happens. If you crush a fresh hop cone between your fingers, you will reveal a hidden treasure. At the base of the petals lies a fine, sticky, yellow powder. It looks like gold dust. This is lupulin. This golden powder is a gland. It is a microscopic factory of resin and essential oils, and it is incredibly sticky. If you were walking through this field, brushing against the plants, your clothes would become tacky. With this resin, the scent is overwhelming. It is not sweet like a rose. It is earthy, bitter, piney, and sharp. It smells like a deep forest after a rainstorm. It smells like soil and lemon and old wood. Inside this yellow dust is a chemical cocktail designed to shut down your wakefulness. It contains humulon and lupulone, the alpha and beta acids. But as the hop cone ages, as it dries in the sun, these acids break down into a very specific molecule, 2-methyl-3-but-N-2-OL. That is a long name for a simple feeling, drowsiness. This chemical is a potent sedative. In fact, it is so powerful that in the old days, before machines took over the harvest, there was a documented medical phenomenon known as hop pickers' fatigue. Imagine the scene. It is late August. In the English countryside, in the county of Kent, hundreds of workers are in the fields, pulling the vines down to strip the flowers. The air is thick with the dust of the lupulin. By the early afternoon, a strange silence would fall over the fields. The workers would start to move slower. Their eyelids would droop. Their laughter would turn into yawns. One by one, they would sit down between the rows of vines to rest their eyes. And within minutes, the entire workforce would be fast asleep, overcome by the fumes of the plant. They weren't tired from the work. They were sedated by the air they were breathing. So, you see, you don't need to drink beer to feel the effects of hops. You just need to be near them. The plant exhales sleep. As you lie in your bed, imagine that you are lying in one of those furrows in the hop garden. The ground is warm. The wall of green leaves towers above you, blocking out the sun, creating a cool twilight shade. The air is heavy with that piney, resinous scent. Breathe it in. Imagine that yellow dust, that methyl boot, entering your lungs. It is heavy. It flows into your blood and finds its way to your brain. Like the valerian and the wild lettuce, it seeks out the GABA receptors. But it also does something else. It lowers your body temperature. This is a crucial biological fact. To fall asleep, your core body temperature must drop by about 1 or 2 degrees. It is the signal your body waits for. Hops help facilitate this cooling. They are a cooling herb. In traditional medicine, feel your body cooling down. Now, not freezing, but just settling. The heat of the day is evaporating from your skin. The heat of your thoughts is dissipating. You are becoming cool, still and heavy, like a stone at the bottom of a river. Let's look at the way this plant grows. It is fascinating. Technically, hops are not vines. They are bines. A vine, like a grape or a pea, uses tendrils, little curly fingers, to grab onto things and pull itself up. But a bine is different. A bine has a stiff stem with tiny downward-facing hairs that act like hooks. It wraps its entire body around the support. It hugs the pole. And here is the strangest fact. The hop vine always climbs in a clockwise direction. No matter where you plant it, no matter how you try to train it, it will follow the path of the sun. It spirals up clockwise, tracing a helix into the sky. It is a motion of perfect mathematical consistency. Visualize that spiral motion, round and round, up and up. It is a hypnotic pattern. If you were to watch a time-lapse of a hop garden, you would see thousands of green snakes spiraling up towards heaven in perfect unison. It is a slow, rhythmic dance. Let your mind trace that spiral. Start at your toes and imagine a gentle, warm energy spiraling around your legs, clockwise, round and round, moving up to your knees, round and round. It is a binding energy. It is wrapping you up. The hop plant holds on tight. It is incredibly strong. Once it grips the wire, it will not let go until the winter comes. Let this image comfort you. You are being held. You don't need to hold on to the bed. The bed is holding you. The gravity is wrapping around you like a strong green vine, securing you in place. You are safe. You are not going to fall. There is a historical story about King George III of England. The poor king suffered greatly from madness and insomnia. His doctors tried everything: bleeding, blistering, potions of arsenic and opium. Nothing worked. He would pace the halls of his palace, raving and sleepless. Finally, a physician remembered the sleepy hop pickers. He ordered a pillow to be sewn, stuffed entirely with dried, crushed hop flowers. They laid the king's head on this crinkling, fragrant pillow. The warmth of his skin released the volatile oils. From the lupulin, the fumes rose up, surrounding his face in a cloud of terpenes, and the king slept. For the first time in weeks, the king slept. The hot pillow became a standard remedy across Europe. It is such a simple technology, a bag of dried flowers. But it works because it targets the olfactory system, the sense of smell, which is the only sense that is directly connected to the emotional center of the brain. The limbic system, smell, bypasses the logic centers. You cannot argue with a smell. You cannot overthink a smell. It goes straight to the ancient animal part of your brain and flips a switch. Imagine your pillow is filled with these soft, paper-dry flowers. Every time you move your head, you hear a gentle crinkle, like the sound of autumn leaves. Crinkle she, and with every crinkle, a burst of that deep, sleepy aroma is released. It is a heavy scent. It smells like the color dark green. The hop plant is dioecious. That means there are separate male and female plants. In the hop gardens, the farmers banish the male plants. They are forbidden. If a male plant is found, it is uprooted and destroyed. Because if the female flower is pollinated, she stops producing the resin. She puts her energy into making seeds instead of medicine. So, the hop garden is a sanctuary of female energy. It is a place of unfertilized potential. The plants are waiting, producing more and more resin, more and more sticky sweetness in a longing that is never fulfilled. This accumulation of energy is what you harvest. You are drinking the plant's pent-up relaxation. The resin, lupulin, is chemically very complex. It contains humulin, myrcene, and caryophyllene. These are terpenes. Myrcene is the most important one for you tonight. Myrcene is also found in mangoes and lemongrass. It is a heavy molecule. It is the compound that creates the couch lock effect. It makes muscles feel loose and rubbery. Focus on your muscles. Now, are they holding any tension? Think of the hop vine. In the autumn, after the harvest, the vines die back. They turn brown and brittle. They let go of their water. They go limp. Can you let your muscles go limp? Imagine the microscopic fibers in your biceps your calves, your neck. They are usually tight, like twisted ropes. Now, imagine the myrcene flowing into them. The ropes untwist. They hang loose. Your body is becoming a soft, heavy weight. In the hop fields of Bavaria, in Germany, there is a time in the evening called Feierabend. It translates roughly to celebration evening, but it really means the time when work ceases and rest begins. The sun dips below the tops of the 20-foot poles. The shadows stretch out, long and thin, across the soil. The air cools rapidly. The smell of the hops becomes sharper in the cool air. The plants stop their climbing. For the night, the spiral growth halts. Even the growth of a plant is not continuous. It pulses, it grows, then it rests. It grows, then it rests. You have been growing all day. You have been achieving, doing, thinking, climbing your own trellis. Now is the time to stop climbing. You are at the top of the pole. There is nowhere else to go tonight. You can just hang there, suspended in the green twilight. There is a profound stillness in a hop garden at night. Because the walls of vegetation are so high and thick, they absorb sound. It is like being in a recording studio, padded with leaves. The wind passes over the top, 20 feet up, but down below, near the roots, the air is dead still. Silence, absolute, green silence. The only thing moving is the slow drip of sap. Inside the vines, we are going to leave this cathedral of green. Now, we are going to step out through the thick wall of leaves. We are moving away from the sticky, resinous earthiness of the hops. We are traveling to a new climate. The air is getting warmer, more tropical. We are moving from the structured rows of the hop garden to the chaotic, tangling vines of the jungle. We are going to find a flower that looks like a machine, designed by an alien civilization, a flower that carries the name of suffering, but brings the gift of peace, a flower that acts as the clock of God. We are moving toward the passion flower. Can you feel the humidity rising? Can you hear the distant call of tropical birds fading into the night? Your eyelids are heavy. With the gold dust of the hops, your limbs are loose. With the memory of the white lettuce milk, you are drifting deeper. We have left the cool, shadowed rows of the European hop gardens. The air is no longer crisp and piney. It is changing. Can you feel the temperature rising gently against your skin? The air is becoming thicker, richer, and heavier with moisture. We are moving into the subtropics, into the lush, chaotic embrace of the vines that weave through the forests of the Americas. We are here to witness a miracle of botanical engineering. We are here to look at a flower so complex, so perfectly geometric, that when the first European explorers saw it in the 16th century, they dropped to their knees in awe. They believed it was a message sent directly from the heavens. This is the Passiflora incarnata, the passion flower. Visualizing this flower is a meditation in itself. I want you to build it in your mind, layer by layer, like a mandala. Imagine a backdrop of deep, dark green leaves, shaped like the webbed feet of a bird. Against this dark green, a star explodes. First, place the base, 10 white petals, spreading out in a perfect circle. They are flat and smooth, a clean canvas. Now, on top of these petals, place the corona. This is the most mesmerizing part. It is a fringe of hundreds of fine filaments, radiating outward from the center, like rays of light. They are not just one color. They are white at the base, banding into a deep, hypnotic purple, and then fading to a pale lavender. At the tips, it looks like a fiber optic eye or a frozen firework. In the center of this purple sun, a column rises up. It stands tall and proud. At the top of the column, 5 stamens spread out horizontally, yellow and heavy with pollen, and sitting atop of them, like the hands of a clock, are 3 dark purple styles. It looks like a machine. It looks like a biological clock face, designed by a watchmaker who used pedals instead of gears. When the Spanish missionaries first found this vine winding through the jungles of Peru, they didn't see just a flower. They saw a story. They named it the passion flower, not because of romantic love, but because of the passion of the Christ. They looked at the geometry and saw symbols of the sacred. The 10 petals were the apostles. The corona was the crown of thorns. The 3 styles were the nails. They believed this plant was a divine signature, written in the language of chlorophyll and nectar. But you don't need to be religious to feel the power of this geometry. There is something deeply soothing about symmetry. The human brain loves patterns. When we look at chaos, we feel alert. When we look at perfect order, we feel calm. The passion flower is perfect order. It is a mandala growing on a vine. And just like a mandala is used to focus the mind for meditation, the chemistry of this plant is designed to focus the mind for sleep. The passion flower is the enemy of the monkey mind. You know that feeling. You lie down to sleep and your body is tired, but your brain decides it is time to start a circus. Thoughts swing from branch to branch. You replay a conversation from earlier. You worry about a bill. You think of a song lyric. You wonder if you locked the door round and round and round. This is called circular thinking or rumination. It is the inability to turn off the internal dialogue. The passion flower stops the wheel. Inside those intricate purple filaments flows a cocktail of flavonoids, specifically chrysin and vitexin. These compounds are incredibly specific in what they do. They target the GABA receptors in your brain, much like valerian, but they do it with a different touch. Valerian is a heavy blanket. It pushes you down. Passion flower is a pair of gentle hands that stops the spinning top. It works on the enzymatic systems that regulate anxiety. It tells the brain there is no tiger in the bush. There is no emergency. You can stop calculating. It is the off switch for the looping thought. As you lie there, imagine your thoughts are those spinning wheels. They are turning fast, blurring with speed. Now imagine the essence of the passion flower, a cool purple liquid flowing into the gears. The wheels slow down. The blur becomes clear. The spinning stops. The mechanism comes to rest. Let's look at the vine itself. The passion is a climber. It has no trunk to hold it up. Instead, it has tendrils. These tendrils are miracles of sensitivity. They are thin green threads that reach out into the empty air, searching for something to hold. They swing around in slow circles. This is called circumnutation. The plant is blindly groping for support. When a tendril touches a twig or a wire or another branch, it reacts instantly. Within minutes, it begins to curl. It wraps around the support, tightening its grip. Then, it coils itself like a spring, pulling the main vine closer to the support. Think of that coiling spring. It provides flexibility. If the wind blows, the vine doesn't break. The spring stretches and bounces back. This is the lesson of the vine. Flexibility is strength. You don't need to be rigid to be safe. You can be soft. You can be flexible. You can hold on lightly. in the southern United States. This plant has a nickname, the maypot. It is called this because of its fruit. After the complex flower fades, a green egg-shaped fruit develops. It is hollow and light. If you were to step on one, it would burst with a loud pop. But there is a quieter magic to the fruit. Inside, the seeds are surrounded by a sweet, tart pulp. Indigenous peoples and early settlers would eat this fruit, and they would brew tea from the leaves and the flowers. They knew that this tea was the cure for restlessness, not just physical restlessness, but the restlessness of the soul. Imagine sitting on a porch in the deep south. As the humid twilight settles in, the air is filled with the sound of crickets. You are holding a cup of passion flower tea. It tastes grassy, earthy, and slightly floral. As you drink it, the clock of God begins to work on your internal time. We live our lives by the clock. We wake up by the alarm. We work by the hour. We eat by the schedule. We are obsessed with time. We are constantly checking it, measuring it, fearing we are running out of it. But the passion flower exists in biological time. The flower usually opens only for a single day. It unfurls its complex beauty in the morning, displays its glory to the sun and the bees, and then, as evening comes, it closes. It doesn't fade or wilt in the sadness of dying. It simply folds up. The petals curl inward. The corona collapses. The clock closes its face. It accepts that its time is done. Can you accept that your day is done? You cannot add more hours to this day. You cannot go back and fix the hours that have passed. The flower has closed. The shop is shut. The factory is powering down. Whatever you did today, it is enough. Whatever you didn't do, it can wait. Visualize the closing of the flower. In your mind, imagine those 10 white petals slowly folding inward, covering the purple center, hiding the machinery. It becomes a small, tight bud, again sealed, is doing the same. You are folding up. Your senses, sight, folded in. The room is dark. Sound, folded in. The world is quiet. Touch, folded in. You are soft and warm. The geometry of the passion flower is resolving into a single point of stillness. In the Victorian language of flowers, the passion flower symbolized holy love and faith. But for us, tonight, let it symbolize surrender. Surrender to the chemistry. Surrender to the night. There is a specific flavonoid called apigenin. It creates a mild sedative effect that doesn't leave you groggy the next day. It is a clean sleep. It is a clarifying sleep. Scientists have found that passion flower increases the amount of slow wave sleep you get. This is the deepest, most restorative phase of sleep. This is the phase where your body repairs tissues, builds bone and muscle, and strengthens the immune system. It is the phase where the brain washes itself clean of toxins. So, the clock of God is actually a time machine. It takes you out of the present moment and drops you into the deep, timeless void of restorative slumber. The jungle around us is dark now. The intricate flowers have all closed up for the night. The vines are just dark silhouettes against the moon. The air is still heavy and warm, but a gentle breeze is rustling the leaves. She. Do you feel the coil of the tendril? It is holding you safe. You are tethered to the earth. You are not floating away. You are grounded. We are preparing to move again. We are going to leave the tropical warmth of the passion flower. we are going to travel to a place that is more mysterious, more ancient. We are going to cross the boundary between the waking world and the dreaming world. We are going to visit a plant that does more than just put you to sleep. We are going to visit a plant that paints pictures in your mind, a plant that was found in the pillows of witches and the tombs of pharaohs. We are going to the realm of the dream weavers. The air is cooling. The humidity is dropping. A silver mist is rising from the ground. We are approaching the riverbank where the mugwort grows and the still waters where the blue lotus floats. The geometry of the passion flower has faded into the darkness. Now the canvas is blank, ready for the dreams to be painted. Are you ready to dream? We have left the intricate mechanical beauty of the passion flower, closing its petals for the night. The tropical heat is fading behind us. We are moving now into a landscape that is cooler, mistier, and far more ancient. We are walking along the edge of a forgotten road where the pavement cracks and the wild grasses take over. The light is dim, illuminated only by the pale glow of the moon. To your left is the solid earth. To your right, the dark, murmuring waters of a great river. We have arrived at the threshold of the dream weavers. Here, growing in the ditch, is a plant that you have probably walked past 1,000 times without a second glance. It looks ragged. It looks like a common weed. It stands about waist high with dark green, deeply lobed leaves. This is Artemisia vulgaris, the mugwort. But stop. Don't walk past it. Kneel down. In the imaginary soil, reach out and turn one of those dark green leaves over. Ah, there it is. The underside of the leaf is not green. It is a shocking, brilliant silver. It is covered in thousands of microscopic white hairs, soft as felt, that catch the moonlight and reflect it back to the sky. This plant is named after Artemis, the Greek goddess of the moon. And like the moon, it has a dark side and a light side. Like the moon, it governs the tides, not of the ocean, but of the mind. Mugwort is known as the mother of herbs. It is the oldest plant used for spiritual dreaming, while the valerian and the hops work to shut the door of your consciousness. Mugwort leaves the door slightly ajar. It is the herb of the lucid dream. Inside the cells of this silver leaf is a volatile oil containing a compound called thujan. It is a monoterpene ketone. In high doses, it can be toxic, but in the gentle, microscopic amounts released by the dry leaf, it acts as a key to a very specific door in your brain. It stimulates the cholinergic system during sleep. This is the system involved in memory and alertness. Usually, when you sleep, you forget. You forget who you are, where you are, and you forget your dreams. The moment you wake up, the dream washes away like sand on a beach. But mugwort changes the texture of the sand. It allows you to carry your consciousness into the dream. It creates a state where the body is deeply asleep, heavy and paralyzed, but the mind is gently awake, floating in a landscape of its own creation. This is the hypnagogic state, that fuzzy, warm borderland between being awake and being asleep. Imagine that you are lying in a field of mugwort. The scent is rising around you. It is a complex smell, like sage, but sweeter, like camphor and chrysanthemum. It clears the sinuses. It opens the airways. Breathe it in. The Roman soldiers, marching thousands of miles across Europe, would put sprigs of mugwort inside their sandals. They called it the traveler's herb. They believed it kept their feet from getting tired. Tonight, you are a traveler, but you are not marching on a road of stone. You are marching on the road of sleep. Imagine the soles of your feet they are tired. They have carried you all day. Visualize the cool silver leaves of the mugwort pressed against your skin, soothing the aches, drawing out the heat. The fatigue is draining out of your feet, into the leaves, into the earth. Your feet feel light, so light they could float. In medieval Europe, they would stuff pillows with mugwort to protect the sleeper from bad dreams. They believed the scent created a shield. Let's look at the science of that shield. The aromatic oils, camphor, pinene, cineole, are antimicrobial. They literally clean the air you breathe. So, sleeping on a mugwort pillow meant you were breathing cleaner, purer air. All night, your brain got more oxygen. Your sleep became deeper, less fitful. But there is a mystical quality to the Silver Maiden. When you close your eyes now, you might see colors, swirling patterns behind your eyelids. This is the Artemisia working. It enhances the visual cortex. It turns the black screen of sleep into a cinema. You are safe to watch the movie. You are the director. You are the audience. The wind rustles through the mugwort patch. She swish, the silver undersides of the leaves flash in the moonlight, like a school of fish turning in the dark water. Silver, green, the rhythm is hypnotic. We are going to leave the roadside now. We are going to follow the scent of the mugwort down to the water's edge. The ground becomes soft and muddy. The air becomes cool and damp. We are standing on the banks of a mighty river. It is the Nile, flowing slowly through the desert of ancient Egypt. Floating on the dark, glassy surface of the water, illuminated by the starlight, is a flower of unearthly beauty. It is the nympha, the blue lotus. Technically, it is a water lily, not a true lotus. But to the ancient Egyptians, it was the most sacred object in the universe. It was the flower of the sun god, Ra. Because of its behavior, in the morning, the blue lotus rises from the mud, pushes through the water, and opens its brilliant blue petals to the sun. It displays a golden center, radiating like a star. But at night, it does something magical. As the sun sets, the flower closes, and then it sinks. It slowly pulls itself back down under the surface of the water. It spends the night submerged in the cool, dark river. This is the ultimate sleep, to sink beneath the surface, to be held by the water. Imagine you are that flower. All day, you have been open. You have been exposing your center to the harsh light of the world. You have been upright, holding your head above water. But now, the sun is gone. It is time to close the petals. Fold your arms in, fold your legs in, wrap yourself in the blue petals of the night, and now sink. Feel yourself lowering into the water. The water is cool, silky, and black. It covers your feet. It covers your waist. It covers your chest. It covers your face. You are underwater, but you can breathe. You are weightless. The noise of the world is muffled by the water. Up above, on the surface, there might be wind or storms. But down here, in the deep, there is only silence. The blue lotus contains two very special alkaloids, apomorphine and nuciferine. These are not heavy sedatives, like Valerian. They are more subtle. They are dopamine agonists. They gently stimulate the dopamine receptors in your brain. Dopamine is usually associated with excitement, but in this specific chemical arrangement, it creates a feeling of subtle euphoria, a feeling that everything is okay, a feeling of profound contentment. It dissolves the edges of reality. In the tombs of the pharaohs, they found dried garlands of blue lotus petals. They found wall paintings showing people holding the blue flower to their noses, inhaling deep, deep breaths. They were inhaling the breath of eternal life. They were using the flower to enter a trance state, a bridge between the living and the dead tonight. That bridge is for you. It is the bridge between the waking stress and the sleeping peace. Imagine the color of the flower. It is not just blue. It is a translucent, glowing azure. It is the color of the twilight sky just before it turns black. Stare at that color. In your mind, blue.com, deep, infinite blue. Let the color fill your vision. Let it wash out the gray of worry and the red of anger. There is only blue. Nuciferine, the second compound in the plant, is an antispasmodic. It stops muscle spasms. It stops the twitching. Do you ever get that hypnic jerk, that feeling of falling just as you are about to sleep? That is your nerves firing one last time. The blue lotus smooths that out. It relaxes the smooth muscles. It makes the transition from air to water seamless. You are floating on the Nile now. You are lying on a small boat made of reeds. The water is lapping gently against the sides. Lap, lap, lap. The current is slow. It is carrying you north toward the sea. You don't need to row. You don't need to steer. The river knows where it is going. The blue lotus flowers are floating all around you, bobbing gently on the surface. They are your companions. They are breathing with you. Inhale. The flower opens. Exhale. The flower closes and sinks. Inhale. Rise. Exhale. Sink. The chemistry of these plants, the mugwort and the lotus, is the chemistry of the dream weavers. They don't just knock you out. They invite you in. They invite you into a world where gravity is different, where time is flexible. The Egyptians believed that during sleep, the soul, the ka, would leave the body and travel to the field of reeds, a paradise where the crops grew tall and the water was always cool. Maybe that is where you go when you sleep. The mugwort is the map. The blue lotus is the boat. As you drift down this river, notice the mist rising from the water. It is silver, lit by the mugwort moon. It swirls around your body, cool and refreshing. Your body is heavy, sinking into the reed boat, but your mind is light, rising with the mist. This separation is the beginning of deep sleep. The body becomes an anchor, holding you safe to the bed. The mind becomes a kite, floating on the tether of the breath. Drift, sink, float. There is no more land in sight, just the dark water and the starry sky. The horizon has disappeared. There is no line between the river and the heavens. They are reflections of each other. As above, so below, the alchemists used to say. As your body rests below, your dreams rise above. You are safe in this liminal space. The Thujan is guarding your memory. The Nuciferin is softening your muscles. The Apomorphin is whispering that everything is beautiful. Let the current take you. We are drifting further down the river now. The scent of the blue lotus is fading, replaced by something warmer, something more domestic and familiar. We are leaving the ancient, mystical riverbank. We are approaching a cottage garden, a place of comfort, a place where a simple white flower with a yellow heart is waiting to heal, not just you, but all the plants around it. We are moving toward the plant physician. We are moving toward the gentle, apple-scented embrace of chamomile. But for now, stay on the river a moment longer. Feel the water supporting you. Feel the silver light on your face. You are a traveler in the land of dreams, and you have the perfect guide. We have drifted far from the dark, mystical waters of the Nile, the cool, silver mist of the mugwort, and the twilight mystery of the blue lotus are fading behind us. The air is changing again. It is losing that damp, heavy quality of the river. It is becoming drier, warmer, and filled with a scent that triggers a memory deep inside almost everyone. It is the scent of safety. It is the scent of home. We are stepping off the reed boat and walking onto a path made of warm, sun-baked paving stones. We are entering a cottage garden. It is a humble place filled with buzzing bees and the soft rustle of dry grasses. And there, growing in the cracks between the stones, spilling over the edges of the beds, is a carpet of tiny, cheerful flowers. They look like miniature daisies, white petals, surrounding a bright, golden yellow cone. This is Matricaria chamomila, the German chamomile. You might know it as a tea bag in your cupboard, a simple remedy for a tummy ache. But this plant holds a title in the botanical world that commands deep respect. Gardeners and botanists call it the plant physician. This is a stunning fact about the social life of plants. Chamomile does not just heal humans, it heals the plants growing next to it. If you have a sick plant in your garden, a rose bush that is struggling, or a vegetable that is withering, and you plant chamomile next to it, the sick plant will often recover. The chamomile releases chemicals into the soil through its roots, antibacterial and antifungal compounds that clean the earth. It concentrates calcium, sulfur, and potassium in its body and shares them with its neighbors. When it dies and decomposes, it is the doctor of the garden. It sacrifices its energy to make the community healthy. So, when you drink a cup of chamomile tea, you are ingesting this altruistic energy. You are drinking the essence of a healer. Kneel down in this imaginary garden. The sun is setting, casting a long, golden light over the white flowers. Reach out and touch the yellow center of one of the flowers. It feels firm, almost hard, and if you crush it gently, snap, the scent is released. The name chamomile comes from the ancient Greek, which translates literally to earth apple. Can you smell it? It doesn't smell like a flower. It smells like a sweet, crisp apple mixed with fresh straw and warm honey. It is a grounding scent. It smells like the earth baking in the sun. This scent is a signal to your brain. It is not exotic like the blue lotus. It is familiar. It tells your amygdala, the fear center of the brain, that you are in a safe place. You are in the kitchen. You are with family. You are being cared for. Let's look closer at the flower. It is a member of the Asteraceae family. That means it is not one flower, but a composite. That yellow button in the center is actually hundreds of tiny individual flowers called disc florets, packed together in a perfect Fibonacci spiral. And the white petals on the outside are ray florets. It is a solar mandala, a tiny model of the sun. But here is the secret that distinguishes the true medicinal German chamomile from its lookalikes. If you were to take a sharp blade and slice that yellow cone right down the middle, you would find something surprising. It is hollow. Inside the cone of the flower, there is a tiny, empty chamber filled with air. It is a pocket of breath, a microscopic lung. Meditate on that hollow space for a moment in a world that is so full of noise, full of data, full of matter. This flower holds a space of emptiness. When you consume it, you are consuming that emptiness. You are inviting that little pocket of silence into your body. Now, let's talk about the chemistry that hides in that yellow cone. The magic molecule here is called apigenin. Apigenin is a yellow crystalline solid that acts as a natural tranquilizer. Its mechanism is fascinatingly similar to modern pharmaceutical sedatives, but much, much gentler. In your brain, there are receptors called benzodiazepine receptors. These are the locks that chemical keys like Valium or Xanax turn to force the brain to shut down. Apigenin is a natural key that fits into that same lock, but it doesn't kick the door open. It lubricates the hinges. It gently turns the handle. It binds to the receptor and creates a mild sedative effect that reduces anxiety and initiates sleep. It is a lullaby, not a knockout punch. Imagine the apigenin molecules floating through your bloodstream right now. They look like tiny rafts of golden light. They are drifting up to your brain, finding those tension-filled receptors and docking softly, click, click, click. With every click, a little bit of tension releases. Your jaw unclenches. The space between your eyebrows smooths out. The tight ball in your stomach unravels. Chamomile has a special relationship with the stomach. This is important for sleep because of the vagus nerve, the great highway that connects your gut to your brain. If your stomach is tight or upset, it sends danger signals up the vagus nerve to your brain, keeping you awake. Chamomile contains bisabolol and chamazulin, which turns a beautiful deep blue when distilled into oil. These compounds are antispasmodic. They relax the smooth muscles of the digestive tract. They tell your gut it is peaceful here, and your gut tells your brain, we can sleep now. Let's visualize the ritual of the tea. Because with chamomile, the making is as important as the drinking. Imagine you are in a cozy kitchen. The lights are dimmed. Outside, the wind is blowing, but inside, it is warm and still. You are boiling water. Listen to the sound of the kettle, the low rumble as the water heats up, the bubbles forming, then the whistle or the click. You pour the boiling water over the dried flowers. Watch the transformation. The dry, shriveled flowers rehydrate. They swell. They come back to life. They release their golden color into the water. Swirls of amber and pale yellow dance in the cup. The steam rises. It hits your face. It carries that warm apple straw scent. You must wait. You cannot drink it yet. It is too hot. This waiting is part of the medicine. It forces you to slow down. You have to sit there, holding the warm ceramic cup in your hands, waiting for the temperature to drop. You are feeling the heat of the cup transfer into your palms. It warms your cold fingers. It warms your blood. This is thermal comfort. Now take a sip. The warm liquid flows over your tongue. It is smooth, mild, slightly sweet. It flows down your throat, a river of golden warmth. It enters your stomach, and you feel a glowing ember of heat radiating outward from your solar plexus. The solar plexus, it is named after the sun, and you have just put the sun energy of the chamomile flower into your own internal sun. The flowers spent all summer soaking up the sunlight, storing it in their bonds. Now, in the dark of the night, they are releasing it back to you. You are drinking liquid sunshine. As the warmth spreads to your limbs, imagine the plant physician walking through the corridors of your body. It walks into your muscles and repairs the micro tears of the day. It walks into your nerves and sweeps away the dust of stress. It acts as a gentle nurse, tucking you in. There is a concept in German medicine called Mutterkraut, mother herb. Chamomile is the archetype of the mother. It is the herb given to colicky babies to stop them from crying. It is the herb given to the elderly to ease their aches. It creates a feeling of being held. Think back to when you were a very small child. Do you remember the feeling of being carried? The feeling of total surrender because someone bigger and stronger was holding you. You didn't have to support your own head. You didn't have to walk. You could just go limp. Chamomile invites you to return to that state, to be the child again. The world is too big for you to manage tonight. The problems are too complex to solve right now. Let the mother herb take over. Let the apigenin do the work. Focus on the color yellow. Not a bright neon yellow, but a soft, buttery candlelight yellow. The color of the chamomile center. The color of a light bulb in a dark room. Let this yellow light fill your mind. It is a warm light. It pushes back the shadows, but it doesn't blind you. It comforts you. In ancient Egypt, chamomile was dedicated to the sun god Ra, just like the blue lotus. But while the lotus was for the priests and the royals, chamomile was for the people. It was the humble healer. It grew wild along the Nile, just as it grows wild in the cracks of the pavement today. It is humble. It asks for nothing. Even if you step on it, it releases a sweet scent. It responds to pressure with perfume. Can you do that? Can you respond to the pressure of your day by releasing it? By turning it into something soft? The steam from your imaginary cup is thinning now. The tea is finished. The warmth is inside you. Your body feels heavy, sinking into the mattress. But your stomach feels light. Your heart feels light. The plant physician has done its work. The prescription has been filled. We are leaving the warm, sun-baked stones of the cottage garden. The little white flowers are blurring in the twilight. The bees have gone to their hives. We are moving to a landscape that is even more famous for sleep. We are going to a place where the color purple stretches as far as the eye can see. A place where the air itself is a sedative. We are traveling to the dry, rocky hills of the Mediterranean. We are going to visit the plant that has been used to scent the bed linens of kings and queens for 2,000 years. We are going to walk through the purple rose of lavender. But as we leave the chamomile, carry that little pocket of air with you, that hollow space inside the flower. Keep it in your chest, a secret room where everything is quiet. Breathe into that space. Fill the hollow. Exhale. Let it be empty. The journey continues. The purple fields are waiting. We have left the humble, enclosed safety of the cottage garden where the chamomile grows. We are moving away from the soft, grassy earth. We are traveling south now, towards the sun. The air is changing again. It is losing the moisture of the north. It is becoming dry, hot, and thin. The light is becoming brighter, sharpening the edges of the world. We have arrived in a landscape that looks like a painting by Van Gogh. We are standing at the edge of a field in Provence, France, or perhaps on a rocky hillside in the Mediterranean. Before you, stretching out to the horizon, is an ocean. But it is not an ocean of water. It is an ocean of flowers, undulating rows of purple, spiked waves rising from the dry gray soil. This is the realm of lavandula, the true lavender. The first thing you notice here is the sound. Stop and listen. Z's. The air is vibrating. Millions of bees are at work. The sound is a low, constant drone, a natural white noise that drowns out every other sound in the world. It is the sound of pure industry, but it is a sleepy industry. It is a sound that makes your eyelids feel heavy just by listening to it. And then there is the heat. Lavender loves the heat. It loves the sun. It grows best in soil that is rocky, sandy, and poor. It struggles to survive. And here is the first secret of this plant. The more it struggles, the better it smells. The oil that this plant produces is not just a perfume. It is a stress response. It is a sunscreen. The plant creates these volatile oils to protect itself from the harsh, scorching sun and to prevent the water inside its leaves from evaporating. So, when you inhale the scent of lavender, you are inhaling the plant's resilience. You are inhaling its shield. Walk with me into the rose. The ground is crunching softly under your feet. The soil is pale and dusty. The bushes are knee-high a gray-green silver color at the base, topped with those magnificent purple spikes. Reach out your hand, brush your fingers against the flowers. You don't even need to crush them. Just the friction of your skin against the velvet buds is enough. The scent explodes into the air. It is a scent that defies description because it is so complex. It is floral, yes, but it is also herbaceous, woody, smoky, and incredibly fresh. It smells like clean air. It smells like cool wind. Let's zoom in with our imaginary microscope. Let's look at the surface of a single lavender flower bud. If you looked closely, you would see tiny, glistening droplets sitting on the surface of the calyx. These are called glandular trichomes. They look like tiny, fragile balloons made of crystal, filled with a golden liquid. These balloons are incredibly delicate. The slightest touch, the brush of a bee's wing, the wind, or your finger, breaks the membrane. Pop, and out releases the magic molecule, linalool. Linalool is a terpene alcohol. Say the word softly. It sounds like a lullaby. It rolls off the tongue. This molecule is heavy. When it is released into the air, it hangs there. It doesn't dissipate quickly. It creates a cloud. Now, follow that molecule as you breathe it in. This is where the true science of sleep happens. The journey of scent is the shortest, fastest journey in the human nervous system. When you see something, the signal has to go to the optic nerve, then to the thalamus, and then to the visual cortex to be processed. It takes time. You have to think about what you are seeing. When you hear something, you have to process the language or the tone, but smell is different. The linalool molecule enters your nose and hits the olfactory bulb. From there, it has a direct, hardwired hotline to the amygdala and the hippocampus. These are the oldest parts of your brain, the limbic system, the lizard brain, the seat of emotion and memory. Smell bypasses the thalamus. It bypasses the logic centers. It bypasses the thinking brain. This is why a smell can instantly trigger a memory from 20 years ago. And this is why lavender can physically change your state of being before you even realize you are smelling it. You don't have to believe in aromatherapy for it to work. It is physiological. Studies have shown that within minutes of inhaling linalool, the gene expression in your blood changes. Your blood pressure drops. Your heart rate slows. The surface temperature of your skin drops slightly. It is a chemical command, cool down. The word lavender comes from the Latin verb lavare, which means to wash. The Romans knew this. They didn't have Mr. Is or gas chromatography, but they knew that this plant was about cleansing. They used it in their famous baths. Imagine a Roman bathhouse, the steam rising, the marble floors, the sound of water echoing against stone walls. They would throw bundles of dried lavender into the hot water. The heat would burst those millions of trichomes. The oil would float on the surface of the water, coating the skin of the bathers. They weren't just washing the dirt off their bodies. They were washing the stress off their minds. They were washing away the politics of the Senate, the noise of the chariots, the dust of the empire. Tonight, you are washing your mind. Imagine that the purple scent of lavender is a gentle, cool water. It is flowing over your brain. It washes over the frontal cortex, the part of you that plans and worries. Wash. The plans dissolve. It washes over the temporal lobes, the part of you that processes language. Wash. The words stop. It washes over the parietal lobes, the part of you that senses the body. Wash. The body dissolves. You are being scrubbed clean. You are returning to a blank slate. There is a specific shade of purple associated with this plant. It is not a hot pink or a dark violet. It is a dusty blue-purple. Visualize this color. filling your vision. Color psychology tells us that blue is calming and red is stimulating. Purple is the balance. It is the marriage of the cool blue and the warm red. It is the twilight. The lavender field at dusk is a sight of unearthly beauty. As the sun goes down, the heat of the day radiates back up from the rocks. The air shimmers. The purple flowers seem to glow in the fading light. The bees go home. The drone stops. The silence returns. But the scent remains, stronger than ever. In the 17th century, during the Great Plague in London, grave robbers and doctors would wear bunches of lavender around their waists and in masks over their faces. They believed it protected them from the miasma, the bad air. And, in a way, they were right. Lavender oil is powerfully antiseptic. It kills bacteria. It kills viruses. It is a sterile shield. When you sleep with the scent of lavender, perhaps a sachet under your pillow or a diffuser on your nightstand, you are creating a sterile field around your bed, a zone of safety. The plant says, nothing bad can survive here. Only clean things, only pure things. This sense of biological safety is crucial for deep sleep. You cannot sleep if your primitive brain thinks there is a threat. Is the chemical signal for all clear? Let's go back to the texture of the plant. Have you ever touched a dried lavender bud? It is hard and grainy. If you rub it between your thumb and finger, it crumbles into dust. This texture is perfect for grounding. If you find yourself waking up in the middle of the night, imagine holding a sprig of dried lavender. Feel the texture, rough, dry, real. It anchors you. It pulls you out of the nightmare and back into the physical world. The chemical linalool also works on the voltage-gated calcium channels in your nerve cells. Nerve cells transmit signals by moving calcium ions in and out. It's like an electrical switch. Click on, click off. Linalool acts like a dimmer on that switch. It reduces the flow of calcium. It makes the nerve cell less excitable. Think of your nerves as a billion tiny light bulbs flashing on and off. Linalool is slowly turning the dial down. The lights are dimming. They are not flashing anymore. They are just glowing softly. And now they are going dark. One by one, section by section, the lights in the city of your body are going out. There is a tradition in Provence of drying the laundry on the lavender bushes. People would wash their white sheets and spread them out right on top of the flowering shrubs to dry in the sun. Can you imagine sleeping on those sheets that night? Sheets that have absorbed the heat of the sun and the oil of the flower. Sheets that are stiff with cleanliness and fragrant with the earth. Imagine you are sliding into those sheets right now. They feel cool and crisp against your skin. Every time you move, a fresh wave of scent is released. You are wrapped in the landscape. Lavender is a member of the mint family, Lamiaceae. It has a square stem. If you were to roll the stem between your fingers, you would feel the 4 sharp corners. This squareness represents structure, stability. Nature is often round and chaotic, but the mint family is square, it is solid. It is a building block. Build your house of sleep with these blocks. Wall 1, the scent. Wall 2, the color. Wall 3, the silence. Wall 4, the safety. You are inside the square. You are protected. As we walk through the field, the rows of purple seem to go on forever. They converge at the horizon line, merging with the darkening sky. The purple of the earth meets the purple of the night. There is no beginning and no end, just a continuous loop of scent and color. You are walking slower now. The heavy air is making your movements sluggish. The linalool has entered your bloodstream. Your blood pressure has dropped. those few essential points, your eyelids feel like they are made of heavy velvet, just like the flowers. We are reaching the end of the field. The dry, rocky soil is giving way to something greener, something cooler. We are leaving the sun-baked Mediterranean. We are moving towards a garden that is even fresher, sharper, and colder. We are going to visit the plants that deal with temperature. We are going to visit the elixir of life and the leaf that tricks your brain into feeling cold. We are moving towards lemon balm and mint. But for now, take one last breath of the purple air. Fill your lungs with the cleansing power of the Laverian. Let it wash away the last speck of dust from your consciousness. You are clean. You are calm. You are ready for the cooling. We are walking away from the dry, sun-drenched hills of the Mediterranean. The purple waves of lavender are receding into the distance, becoming a soft blur on the horizon. The drone of the bees is fading, replaced by a different kind of quiet. We are moving into a shaded valley. The air here is different. It is not dry and dusty. It is moist, crisp, and sharp. The temperature drops noticeably as we step under the canopy of ancient trees. We are entering a monastery garden, a place of stone walls, mossy fountains, and secrets kept for centuries by monks who sought to touch eternity. Here, growing in the damp, cool earth, are two plants that are the masters of freshness. They are the green brothers. One brings the promise of a long life, and the other brings the gift of the cold. We stop first at a sprawling patch of bright emerald green leaves. It looks like a weed. It grows aggressively, spilling over the stone path. If you brush against it, it releases a scent that is confusingly delightful. It looks like mint, but it smells like a basket of fresh lemons, dusted with sugar. This is Melissa officinalis, the lemon balm. The name Melissa is Greek for honeybee, and if you look closely, you will see why. Even more than the lavender, this plant is the favorite of the bees. In ancient times, beekeepers would rub the fresh leaves of lemon balm inside a new hive to encourage the bees to stay. They believed the scent was so comforting, so irresistible, that the bees would never want to leave. Think about that. This is a scent that says, stay, this is home. You don't need to wander anymore. Your mind is like a swarm of bees during the day, buzzing, flying from flower to flower, gathering data, traveling miles. But now, the lemon balm is calling the swarm home. It is rubbing the inside of your skull with that sweet, lemony fragrance. Come home, land, rest. In the 16th century, the famous alchemist, a man who walked the line between science and magic, declared that lemon balm was the elixir of life. He believed it contained the secret to immortality. There were stories of men who drank lemon balm tea every morning and lived to be 108 or 115 years old. The Prince of Glamorgan in Wales, who lived to the ripe old age of 108, attributed his longevity solely to this humble green herb. Whether or not it makes you live forever, it certainly makes the life you have feel softer. Medieval herbalists used to say that lemon balm gladdens the heart. It was prescribed for melancholy and vapors. In modern terms, we would say it lifts the mood and dispels the gray clouds of mild depression. But how? How does a leaf change your mood? Let's go back to our friend GABA, that neurotransmitter that quiets the brain. We learned that valerian increases the amount of GABA, but lemon balm does something even more clever. In your brain, there is an enzyme called GABA trans. Think of this enzyme as a vacuum cleaner. Its job is to clean up the GABA, to break it down so your brain can stay alert. It is constantly sweeping away the calm molecules. Lemon balm contains rosmarinic acid, This compound is a sabotage agent. It finds the vacuum cleaner and unplugs it. It inhibits the enzyme. So, the GABA is produced, but it isn't swept away. It accumulates. It pools in the synapses. The reservoir of calm rises higher and higher, not because you are forcing it, but because you have stopped the drain. Imagine a bathtub filling with warm water. The lemon balm is the plug. You can just lie back and let the water rise around you. The scent is not sharp like a real lemon. It is rounder, softer. It is a green citrus. It smells like a summer afternoon in a shade garden. The Caramelite monks of Paris created a famous water in 1611 called Eau de Melissa. It was a secret recipe distilled with angelica, nutmeg, and coriander. But the heart of it was lemon balm. Ladies of the court would carry small vials of it to sniff when they felt faint or overwhelmed by the intrigues of the palace. Tonight, you are overwhelmed by nothing. The intrigue of the day is over. You have the elixir. Now, look next to the lemon balm, growing in the same damp patch, perhaps even tangling roots with it, is a plant with a sharper, more piercing profile. The leaves are darker, serrated, and they carry a secret weapon. This is the mentha family, peppermint, spearmint. You might think of mint as something for toothpaste or chewing gum, something to wake you up. But biologically, mint is a master of thermal regulation. And thermal regulation is the key to the gate of sleep. Here is a biological fact. You cannot fall into deep sleep if your body temperature is too high. Your circadian rhythm is tightly locked to your As night falls, your core body temperature naturally drops. It needs to drop about 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit to initiate the sleep cycle. This is why it is so hard to sleep on a hot, humid night, and why it is so delicious to snuggle under a heavy duvet in a cold room. Mint is the chemical hack for this process. The active compound is menthol. You know the smell. It is icy. It clears the sinuses. But do you know what menthol actually does? It lies to your brain. Menthol doesn't actually change the temperature of your skin by a single degree. If you put a thermometer on your skin after applying peppermint oil, it would read the same, but you feel cold. You feel a distinct, rushing coolness. This is because menthol binds to a specific receptor on your sensory neurons called TRPM8. This receptor is usually triggered by physical cold, by ice, or by winter wind. When the temperature drops, TRPM8 opens the gate and sends a signal to the brain. It is cold. Menthol is a molecular key that fits that exact same lock. It tricks the receptor into opening, even at room temperature. It hijacks the system. It sends a signal to your brain. We are cooling down, and your brain, believing the signal, begins the cascade of relaxation associated with cooling. It creates the sensation of the cool side of the pillow without you having to flip the pillow. Imagine that sensation. Now, you know that feeling when you turn your pillow over, that instant, refreshing shock of cool fabric against your hot cheek. It is one of the most universally comforting sensations known to humans. It is a mini reset. Imagine that feeling spreading through your whole body. Visualize the menthol vapors rising from the green leaves. They are blue-white, like dry ice mist. They enter your nose. Whoosh. The first thing they do is open the airways. Menthol acts as a bronchodilator. It relaxes the muscles of the bronchial tubes. Take a deep breath. Feel how easy it is. The air feels thin, clean, and effortless. You don't have to fight for oxygen. The passage is wide open. Is the breath of sleep, slow, deep, unobstructed. Now feel the phantom cold spreading down your throat, into your chest. It is not a freezing cold. It is a refreshing coolness. It washes away the sticky heat of the day. Your skin feels airy. The sheets feel cooler. There is a synergy here between the lemon balm and the mint. The balm warms the heart emotionally, while the mint cools the body physically. Warm heart, cool head, that is the recipe for peace. The color of this garden is a deep, luscious green. It is the color of moss after rain. Stare at this green. In your mind, it is cool to the touch. In Greek mythology, Menthe was a water nymph. She was beloved by Hades, the god of the underworld, the world of the sleeping. Persephone, the jealous wife, turned her into a plant, destined to be trampled. But Hades, in his mercy, gave her a gift. He couldn't turn her back into a nymph, but he gave her a divine scent. He decreed that whenever she was stepped on, she would release a perfume so powerful it would comfort the soul. So, like the chamomile, the mint is a plant that gives its gift when it is crushed. Are there parts of you that feel crushed today, bruised, tired? Imagine that those bruised parts of your spirit are now releasing a cool, healing, minty vapor. The pressure is transforming into perfume. The pain is transforming into peace. The duality of hot and cold is essential to life. The day is hot. The night is cold. Activity is hot. Rest is cold. You are moving into the cold phase, but it is a safe cold. It is the cold of a stone wall in summer. It is the cold of a glass of water by the bedside. Let's visualize the tea made from these two fresh herbs. You take the fresh, green leaves, not dried, but living leaves, plucked from the garden. You tear them gently, rip, the sound of the fibers breaking, the burst of scent, lemon and ice. You pour the hot water. The leaves swirl. The water turns a pale, vibrant green. You drink it. The warmth hits your stomach. The lemon balm comfort, but the aftertaste on your tongue is cool. The menthol breeze. It is a paradox. Hot tea, cool breath. This paradox confuses the brain in the most delightful way. It occupies the senses. It stops the chatter. How can I be warm and cool at the same time? The brain asks. Just sleep, the plant answers. Don't analyze, just feel. The garden around us is dark now. The high stone walls of the monastery block out the wind. It is perfectly still. The only sound is the trickling of water into a stone basin. Drip, drip, drip. The water is cool. The moss is soft. You are sitting on a stone bench covered in velvet moss. The lemon balm grows around your ankles. The mint grows at your fingertips. You are surrounded by the green brothers. Your body temperature is dropping. You are entering the thermal comfort zone. Scientists call this the thermoneutral zone. It is the narrow temperature range where your body doesn't have to generate heat, shiver, and doesn't have to lose heat, sweat. It can just be. Metabolism slows down. The internal furnace banks its fires. The coals are glowing low. You are in conservation mode. The elixir of life is whispering to your GABA receptors. Hold the calm. Keep it. The cold trick is whispering to your skin. Cool down. Let go of the heat. You feel a tingling sensation on your scalp. That is the menthol phantom. A gentle massage of coolness, moving down your neck, relaxing the muscles that hold your head up. Your head feels heavy. It wants to tilt forward. It wants to find the pillow. The journey through the herb garden is nearly complete. We have smelled the dirty socks of valerian, the milk of the lettuce, the pine of the hops, the geometry of the passion flower, the mist of the mugwort, the apple of the chamomile, the purple of the lavender, and now the green ice of the mint. But we have one final destination before we fade completely into the black. We have to go to the roots. We have to go to the ancient East. We have to experience the heavy, woody, stabilizing power of the plants that ground us to the center of the earth. We are leaving the cool, fresh air of the mint garden. We are moving towards a scent that is warm, spicy, and dusty. We are moving towards the smell of the horse and the bark of the tree. We are going to visit ashwagandha and cinnamon. The cold mint has prepared you. You are cool enough now to be wrapped in the warm blanket of the final roots. Take a deep, cool breath through your nose. Feel the open airways and let's go deeper. We are leaving the cool, misty shadows of the monastery garden, the sharp, icy scent of the mint and the sweet lemon breeze are fading behind us. The air is changing once more. The moisture is evaporating. The green moss is giving way to dry, red earth. We are traveling east. We are moving towards the rising sun, towards the ancient lands of India and Sri Lanka. We are entering a landscape that is bathed in golden heat, where the air hangs heavy with the dust of spices and the history of medicine that is older than the stones of Rome. The colors here are not the cool blues and purples of the night. They are the colors of the earth itself. Ochre, sienna, rust, brown, gold. These are the colors of grounding. We have cooled the skin with mint. Now we must warm the bones. We have quieted the mind. Now we must anchor the body. We are going to visit two ancient guardians, the root that gives you the strength of a stallion, and the bark that acts as a scroll of comfort. We begin with a small, shrubby plant growing in the dry regions of India. It has simple green leaves and small orange berries, but the treasure, as always, is hidden underneath the soil. This is Withania somnifera. Look at the Latin name again, somnifera. It literally translates to sleep-bringing. The scientists who named it knew exactly what its primary purpose was. It is a botanical lullaby, but its common name, the name used in Ayurveda for 3,000 years, is ashwagandha. This name carries a powerful primal secret. In Sanskrit, ashva means horse, and gandha means smell. The smell of the horse. Now you might wrinkle your nose. Why? Would you want to smell like a horse before bed? But in ancient times, the horse was not just an animal. It was the symbol of pure, boundless vitality and strength. It was the symbol of stamina. Digging up the fresh root of this plant reveals a scent that is undeniably earthy, musky, and strong. It smells like damp leather and sweat and soil. It smells like life. The legend says that consuming this root gives you the strength of a stallion. But for sleep, this strength is not about running a race. It is about the strength to recover. Think of a horse sleeping, standing up. It is so strong, so stable, that it doesn't even need to lie down to find balance. It is grounded. Ashwagandha is what scientists call an adaptogen. This is a very special class of herbs. Unlike a drug that forces your body to do one thing, like a sleeping pill that forces a shutdown, an adaptogen negotiates. It acts like a thermostat. If your energy is too low, it brings you up. If your energy is too high, it brings you down. It seeks homeostasis. It seeks balance. But its most profound effect on your sleep comes from its relationship with a specific hormone, cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. It is the chemical alarm bell that rings in your body when you are frightened or worried or running late. In a normal rhythm, cortisol should be high in the morning to wake you up and low at night to let you sleep. But in our modern world, the bell never stops ringing. The screen in front of your face, the traffic noise, the email notification, they all keep the cortisol dripping, dripping, dripping into your blood. When cortisol is high at night, you feel tired but wired. Your body is exhausted, but your mind is vibrating. You are a car with the engine revving in neutral. Ashwagandha is the hand that reaches into the engine and cuts the fuel line to the alarm bell. It lowers serum cortisol levels significantly. It tells the adrenal glands, the war is over. Put down the shield, taking off the armor. Imagine that heavy armor falling off your body, piece by piece. Clang. The helmet falls. Your neck is free. Clang. The breastplate falls. Your chest can expand. Clang. The greaves fall. Your legs are light. You are standing in the warm, red dust, stripped of your defenses, and you realize you don't need them. You are safe. The root of the ashwagandha is thick and fleshy. It goes deep into the arid soil to find water. It is a survivor. When you consume this root, usually as a warm, milky powder, you are borrowing that survival intelligence. You are drinking the earth's resilience. There is a heaviness to this herb. It is not the floaty, watery heaviness of the blue lotus. It is a solid, rock-like heaviness. It pulls you down. Gravity increases. Feel your body sinking deeper into the mattress. It feels as if your bones are becoming denser. You are not just lying on the bed. You are merging with it. You are becoming part of the geology of the room. The smell of the horse transforms into the feeling of being carried. Imagine you are riding on the back of a great, slow-moving animal. The rhythm of its gait is rocking you. Rock, rock, rock. You are small. The animal is big. It knows the way. You can close your eyes and just ride. We are leaving the dry fields of the ashwagandha now. We are moving south, crossing the ocean to the teardrop-shaped island of Sri Lanka. The air here is humid again, but it is a warm, spicy humidity. We are entering a grove of Cinnamomum verum trees, the true cinnamon. Forget the red candy hearts or the harsh, spicy gum. Is the real bark. This is the scent of the inner hearth. Cinnamon is unique because we don't use the flower, the leaf, or the root. We use the skin of the tree. The harvesting of cinnamon is an art form that requires immense patience and a gentle hand. The harvesters, called peelers, work in the early morning while the dew is still on the trees. They cut a branch. Then, with a small, curved knife, they make a precise incision along the length of the wood. They have to massage the bark, rubbing it with a brass rod to loosen it from the wood. They are coaxing the tree to undress. Then, in one smooth motion, they peel off the inner bark. It comes off in a single, long sheet. As it dries in the warm sun, the bark naturally curls into itself. It rolls up into a tight cylinder. A quill. Look at a stick of cinnamon. It looks like an ancient scroll, a library of brown paper, rolled up tight, holding a story inside. And the story is warmth. The scent of cinnamon comes from an essential oil called cinnamaldehyde. It is sweet, woody, and spicy. When this molecule hits your nose, it triggers a very different set of memories than the mint. Mint was the cold wind. Cinnamon is the warm fire. It is the scent of baking, the scent of Christmas, the scent of comfort food. It triggers a primitive feeling of abundance. If there is cinnamon, there is food. If there is food, we are safe to sleep. But biologically, cinnamon does something crucial for the middle of the night wakers. Do you ever wake up suddenly at 3 a.m., alert, heart pounding. Often, this is caused by a crash in blood sugar. Your brain runs out of fuel, so it panics and shoots you full of adrenaline to wake you up and get you to eat. Cinnamon is a master of blood sugar regulation. It mimics insulin. It helps move glucose into your cells more efficiently and keeps your blood sugar levels stable and flat. Throughout the night, it prevents the crash. It prevents the panic. It smooths out the fuel supply line so the engine can idle quietly for 8 hours without stalling. Imagine a line drawn in the sand. It is perfectly straight. That is your sleep on cinnamon. No spikes, no valleys, just a long, flat road of rest. There is also a thermal effect. Cinnamon is a warming spice. It creates mild thermogenesis. Wait, didn't we just say we needed to be cool to sleep? Yes, the core needs to drop, but the extremities, the hands and feet, often benefit from being warm. This is the phenomenon of vasodilation. When your hands and feet are warm, the blood vessels open up, allowing heat to escape from the core, which actually helps cool the center of the body down. It's the paradox of the warm socks. Wearing warm socks helps you cool down. Cinnamon acts like a pair of warm, internal socks. It gently warms your circulation. It pushes the blood to your fingertips and toes. Feel your toes right now. Are they cold? Imagine the golden dust of the cinnamon bark traveling down to your feet. A gentle heat starts to glow there. It feels like you are holding your feet near a dying fire. A comfortable, radiating warmth. The warmth moves to your hands. Your palms feel tingly and soft. The combination of the ashwagandha, the heavy anchor, and the cinnamon, the warm wrap, creates a sensation of being tucked in. You are a seed planted in the warm earth. The ashwagandha is the soil, packing you in tight. The cinnamon is the sun, warming the ground from above. You are held from all sides. Let's visualize the color of this soundscape. It is a deep, rich amber. Imagine you are inside a piece of amber, fossilized tree resin. It is golden brown, translucent and glowing. The light inside is soft and diffused. Time has stopped. Inside the amber, you are preserved. You are timeless. The noise of the modern world cannot penetrate this amber shell. It bounces off. Inside, there is only the slow thrum of your own heartbeat. Thump, thump, slow, steady, strong, like the horse. The spicy scent of the bark fills your amber room. It is a dry scent. It dries up the dampness of worry. It dries up the tears of the day. In the Middle Ages, cinnamon was more valuable than gold. It was a gift fit for monarchs and gods. The Emperor Nero was said to have burned a year's supply of cinnamon at the funeral of his wife. A year's supply of the empire's wealth sent up in smoke. Why? Because the smoke was considered a bridge to the divine. Tonight, you are burning your own incense. You are offering up your day. You are watching the smoke of your thoughts rise and disappear into the rafters of the night. Let them go. That thought about tomorrow's meeting, poof, it turns into cinnamon smoke. That regret about yesterday, poof, it turns into ash. The spice market is closing. The merchants are rolling up their rugs. The sacks of roots and barks are being tied shut. The dust is settling on the road. The sun has set completely now in our journey. The moon is high. We have traveled through the underground roots, the milky weeds, the green vines, the intricate flowers, the mist, the river, the cottage garden, the purple fields, the minty shade, and the spicy, warm earth. We have gathered all the ingredients. The potion is complete. Your body is a vessel filled with this alchemical mixture. You are heavy. Valerian. You are pain-free. Lettuce. You are drowsy. Hops. You are calm. Pat. You are drifting. Lotus. You are safe. Chamomile. You are clean. Lavender. You are cool. Mint. You are grounded. Ashwagandha. You are warm. Cinnamon. You are ready. There is one final place to go. A place where the botany ends and the darkness begins. A place of pure fragrance and the final fade. We are going to the night-blooming garden. We are going to sit under the jasmine vine and watch the universe dissolve. Are you ready for the final step? The spicy dust of the cinnamon road has settled behind us. The heat of the day has completely vanished into the earth. We have traveled across continents and through centuries, gathering the roots, the barks, the leaves, and the resins that humanity has used to find peace. But now, the journeying is over. There is nowhere left to go. The map has run out. We have arrived at the final destination. It is a garden enclosed by high, ancient walls, covered in moss. Above you, the sky is a tapestry of velvet black, pinned with diamond stars that do not twinkle. They just glow with a steady, watchful light. We are entering the domain of the night bloomers. Most plants are creatures of the sun. They worship the light. But here, in this secret corner of the world, live the plants that worship the moon. They are the introverts of the botanical kingdom. They are the ones who wait for the silence to speak. The air here is thick. It is heavy. It feels like you are walking through a curtain of silk. And the scent is overwhelming. It is the Jasminum officinale, the poet's jasmine. Picture a vine, twisting and turning, climbing up a trellis. It is covered in dark, glossy green leaves that are almost black in the moonlight. And scattered across this dark canvas are thousands of tiny, star-shaped white flowers. They are small, but their power is immense. During the day, the jasmine flower is tightly closed. It holds its breath. It keeps its perfume locked inside the wax of its petals. It ignores the sun. It ignores the noise of the bees and the birds. But as soon as the sun drops below the horizon, a chemical trigger is pulled. The petals unfurl, and they release a cloud of fragrance that is heavier than air. It drifts down. It pools on the ground like a low-lying mist. Why does the plant do this? It is a love story between a flower and a moth. The jasmine is waiting for the hawk moth. This moth is nocturnal. It navigates by the light of the moon and by scent. The jasmine knows that to find a mate in the dark, it must scream with perfume. It must be the sweetest thing in the dark. The scent of jasmine contains a compound called benzyl acetate. It is sweet, fruity, and narcotic. But deep underneath the sweetness, there is a base note called indole. In high concentrations, indole is heavy and musky, almost animalistic. It is the smell of raw biology. But here, diluted in the night air, it just smells like depth. It smells like a deep sleep. Without dreams, breathe it in. Imagine that white, sweet mist filling your room. It is entering your nose and coating the back of your throat with the taste of honey and night. In aromatherapy, jasmine is known as the king of oils. Rose is the queen. It is a sedative of the highest order. It has been shown to potentiate the effects of GABA even more than some of the other plants we have visited. It doesn't just calm you. It creates a feeling of floating. The jasmine vine doesn't support its own weight. It leans. It relies on the trellis. You are the vine. The bed is the trellis. Lean. Let your skeleton go soft. You don't need to hold your shape anymore. Look around the garden. There are other white ghosts here. There is the Ipomoea alba, the moonflower. This is a cousin of the morning glory, but it is the rebel of the family. The morning glory opens for the sun and dies at noon. The moonflower waits until dusk. If you were sitting here, watching a moonflower bud, you would see a miracle of speed. In a slow world, the bud looks like a tightly wound white umbrella. As the light fades, it begins to quiver. The pressure inside the cells is building. The water is pumping into the veins of the petals. And then, whoosh, it spins open. It doesn't take hours. It takes minutes. You can actually watch it happen. With your naked eye, it spirals open into a massive white saucer, the size of a dinner plate. It is pure white. It glows in the dark. It is designed to reflect the moonlight so the moths can see it. For one night, it lives, it breathes. It releases a scent of lemon and magnolia. And then, as the sun rises tomorrow, it will curl up and die. It lives entirely for the night. It lives entirely for this moment. There is a lesson here for you. The past is gone. The morning has not come. You are the moonflower. You exist only in this dark, quiet, beautiful moment. Nothing else matters. Listen to the silence of the garden. But wait, is it truly silent? If you listen with your inner ear, you might hear the sound of the plants sleeping. Yes, plants sleep. This phenomenon is called nyctinesti. Say it slowly. Nyk-ti-nas. Tai. It comes from the Greek nixnite and nastos, pressed down. Look at the prayer plant, Maranta, growing in the pot by your feet. During the day, its leaves are flat, spread wide to catch the sun. But now, look at them. They have folded up. They are standing vertical, like hands pressed together in prayer. Look at the mimosa tree. Its feathery leaves have folded inward, closing like a book. How do they do this? It is hydraulic engineering. At the base of every leaf, there is a tiny joint called the pulvinus. It is like a microscopic elbow. During the day, the plant pumps water into the cells of this elbow, making them stiff and turgid. The leaf is held up, but at night, the plant pumps the potassium ions out of the cells. The water follows the salt, osmosis. The cells deflate, the pressure drops. The leaf goes limp, it folds. The plant is conserving heat. It is protecting its delicate pollen from the night dew. It is resting. This is the circadian rhythm of the green world, a massive global exhalation. Billions of tons of water moving, leaves folding, flowers closing. Can you feel your own pulvinus deflating? Your neck is a pulvinus. Let the water drain out of it. Let your head drop back. Your eyelids are leaves. The turgor pressure is gone. They are too heavy to keep open. Let them fold. Your hands are curling. The tension is draining out of the joints. You are undergoing nyctonesty. You are folding up. For the night, the garden is moving into stasis. The photosynthesis has stopped. The factories are closed. The sugar production is halted. There is only respiration now. Breath. The plants are breathing in oxygen and breathing out carbon dioxide, just like you. For these few hours of darkness, you and the plants are metabolically identical. You are doing the exact same thing. Inhale. The jasmine breathes with you. Exhale. The moonflower breathes with you. The separation between you and the garden is dissolving. You are not looking at the garden anymore. You are in the garden. You are the garden. Your legs are the heavy roots of the Valerian, anchored deep in the black earth, stable, immovable. Your blood is the warm, golden sap of the wild lettuce, thick and slow. Your skin is the cool silver leaf of the mugwort, bathed in moonlight. Your mind is the empty, air-filled cone of the chamomile, a hollow space of peace. The scents are merging, the musk of the root, the spice of the bark, the sweetness of the flower, the clean, sharp ice of the mint. They are swirling together into a single, dark purple potion. It is rising around you. It is covering your feet. It is covering your knees. It is warm, soft, and heavy. It covers your chest. It covers your neck. You are floating in the botanical ocean. The stars above are getting blurry. The velvet black of the sky is coming down to meet you. There is no more science to learn. There are no more facts to memorize. The encyclopedia is closed. The lecture is over. The guide is stepping back into the shadows. I am leaving you here, safe. In the center of the night-blooming garden, you are protected by the thorns of the rose. You are watched over by the green sentinels. You are held by the vines. The world of the day is 1,000,000 miles away. It happened to someone else. It happened a long time ago. Now there is only the rhythm, the slow, slow rhythm of the sap rising and falling, of the leaf opening and closing, of the breath coming and going. Drift deeper into the scent of the jasmine. Let the white petals cover your eyes. It is time to join the silence. It is time to shut down the machinery. It is time to let the water drain away. Sleep, traveler. Sleep, root. Sleep, flower. The garden is dark. The garden is quiet. The garden is you. Deep, slow, still. Good night.